Now, in my department, we have a very limited number of credit points in the B.Ed program. I'm not sure whether you know the B.Ed program well. Okay, there are different areas, and our department just dealing with the music subjects, pedagogies, very focusing on the subject. Okay, and they should be doing learning something about class disciplinary or examination assessment, etc. in the professional studies, so-called, that is taught by the professional education departments, like the psychology of music, education psychology, or assessment instruction curriculum, etc. So my only feeling or experience is from the supervision of class teaching when they do the so-called practicum. Okay, it depends on different students, really. Some students are stronger in dealing with all these class disciplinary issues. They may learn from other areas, and to be honest, we really have to really cope with the music pedagogy and the curriculum, the subject matters, and sometimes I talk something about for example, teaching in the music, as I mentioned, teaching those difficult things like the notation actually is not very necessary, because at present we have a new view on music education. We should start with music practice. That means singing or performance or listening, those practical activities which are more attractive. Then, after getting the motivation of students, we may add in some knowledge. And these knowledge, well, of course, sometimes will be boring, like classical music history. So we try to limit the amount of this thing. The most important thing is the practice, the activities, the music experiences. Now, this is the way that sometimes the student asks me, how can we deal with the disciplinary problem during music lessons? And I would say that, well, don't focus on the discipline problem, but focus on what you are teaching or what the students are engaging. If they are doing something and they like the activities, then there will not be any disciplinary problems. So we have to try to make our student or student teachers to persuade those primary and secondary students, saying that now music is useful in some way. For example, it can make you more creative, thinking in a divergent way, to improve your communication skills, because when you perform, okay, you actually communicate with the audience and make you concentrate. When you're performing, you have to really concentrating. And it reminds me one thing that I was doing. I was in the secondaries for quite a few years. And every year, the principal always asks the music teacher to do one thing in the open day. That is a performance for the parents, And after several years, I felt it very boring. Okay? Every year, just performance and just a few, maybe 20, 30 teachers, parents staying there. After performance, then nothing happened. So one year, I tried to change it. My aim was to let the parents know why their students were learning music. It was a choir, and I didn't do performance. I did a rehearsal for them. Okay, it was soprano, alto, in different sections, and I rehearsed and I conducted. Then I told the parents that now they are singing, but they are actually concentrating and listening and collaborating with other students. They have to be punctual, or they have to be they behave well, etc. These qualities, nowadays we call it higher order thinking skills or generic skills, something like that, is better or more important than music itself, like communication, like creativity, etc.